Welcome back to the AntSite channel. In our last video we got to know Camponotus piceus. Now we will talk about a very similar species, the Camponotus fallax. Here you can see the two species side by side. Their queens are often confused. The most important difference between them is that the body of piceus is rounder and that of fallax is elongated. In addition, their habitat is also significantly different. The fallax lives in wood, but piceus digs her nest into the soil. This is proven by the fact that if you look at these two colonies, the fallax queen is located in the middle of the test tube, she lays her eggs there, she feels comfortable there. So a bit away from the humid area. Unlike them, the piceus are close to the cadum wall, they settled close to the humid part. This means that the moisture requirements of the two species are different. In general, soil-dwelling species prefer moisture environments, while species living in wood prefer drier environments, so they often settle in the middle of the test tube. The behavior of the two species is similar. Both are shy species, both avoid conflicts, and both species establish colonies with only a few hundred individuals. The fallax workers are slightly larger, but control a much larger area than piceus workers. It's common for the fallax to nest in the territory of other ants and occasionally steal food from them. The fallax are real opportunists. In this picture, this lucky fallax stealing an aphid from the territory of a Lasius niger colony. The fallax obtains food by such and similar methods. If the species that dominates the area notices her during stealing, then she runs away quickly. Here you can see our latest formicarium. The interesting thing about this is that the entire nest part is made of one piece of sponge. Since fallax lives in wood, it can easily chew chambers into this sponge. After we moved them into this formicarium, in practically a week they chewed out almost all the passages that you see here now and settled in the inner chambers. The advantage of this nest is that here the ants can create the territory themselves, so they can occupy as much territory as they want. They can't get lost after moving in, the area isn't too big for them, since they initially only have one small chamber and then they expand it themselves. Another advantage is that it looks more natural. We can observe how the ants march up and down the tunnels, they dig and organize their habitat as they please. On the other hand, the disadvantage is that we cannot close the nest part as easily as in formicariums with acrylic nest part, so moving and cleaning can be more problematic. We've been testing these formicariums for a while now, and the problem from the beginning was what if the ants chew out the sponge completely. But the hollowed out sponge has such a granular structure that the ants can use it as a soil. It's not uncommon for the debris to be reused after the sponge has been chewed out. Some parts of the nest are closed with it, or a hill is built from it. Thus, after the sponge is chewed out, the ants can still use it as a useful building material. We have also tested this nest with other species, and the experience is that the sponge is only completely chewed out by the ants when they have completely grown out the entire formicarium and they need a bigger one. So we can say that as long as the formicarium is enough for the colony, the sponge is also enough. With this type of nest, we didn't detect mold or other problems caused by high humidity, so we can safely recommend it for keeping species that chew well and are able to create their own passages in it. Examples include ants belonging to the genera Camponotus and Messor. That's all about the formicarium. Now let's get to know the fallax better. This species also has minor, media and major workers, which are of different sizes and perform different tasks in the colony. The queen is 10 mm long and the workers are between 5 mm and 8 mm. They are actively shaping their territory using the pieces of sponge and the gravelly soil that I sprinkled for them. In fact, only these two chambers are actively used by the colony in the center of the nest. All other tunnels are used only to walk through the nest. There you can see the queen in the deepest part of the deepest chamber. She is hiding in the darkest part. We give them some honey, they will surely be happy about it. The first worker has already found it. Here are the second and third. Sooner or later, everyone will eat. You can see that almost everyone found the offered food in the arena, and now almost everyone is eating it. This is the opportunistic foraging strategy that's common to fallax. If they find food, they immediately go there and devour it immediately, because they can't really protect their nutrient sources. If other ants appeared, they would be forced to flee, so as long as they are alone, they instinctively eat as much as they can. You can see that stripes have appeared on the workers' abdomens. This is because they have filled it with honey and are now returning into the nest to share the food with their sisters. And here you can see that two workers are sharing food from their social stomachs. Once they've had their fill of honey, let's see how good a hunter fallax is. Maybe they will be shy, maybe they will attack together. We will see. Even I don't know how they react to live prey. If the colony were smaller, I wouldn't give them live food, but this colony consists of about 100 to 200 individuals, so it can be said to be mature. I hope they can hunt live insects. This ant species only eats honey and insects, not seeds. The cockroach crawled to the entrance of the nest, so the workers got a little nervous, but somehow they can't attack it effectively. It's more like they are trying to chase it away. However, most species of ants would have attacked the cockroach a long time ago and fought it fiercely. The workers just circle around it, sometimes scare it, but they don't really fight it. This species of ant doesn't seem to be a great hunter, so I chopped up the food for them. It seems that the ants aren't really hungry, they smell it and run away, they don't really want to eat it. It doesn't matter, in that case we leave the food inside, maybe if they get used to it being there, they will eat it at night or tomorrow. The ant colony eats even if we don't see it. Sometimes we don't even notice how much food is running out. They can get valuable nutrients in this way, so be sure to leave the food inside for them. In any case, this is a very shy species of ants, very easy to keep. Their colony doesn't grow to thousands, they only establish colonies of a few hundred individuals, so I think that this formicarium can be enough for them for a very long time. It is also possible that for lifelong. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon to be notified of our next videos.